The first transmission arrived on a quiet morning when the sky over Earth held the calm glow of dawn. It came through every satellite channel, every orbital sensor array, and every military frequency with the same thunderous declaration. The Galactic Empire had taken notice of Earth and demanded its surrender. Citizens everywhere froze as the message boomed across screens and speakers. An alien voice echoed with absolute authority. Earth will kneel. Earth will submit. Resistance will be crushed. The message ended, leaving households silent and command centers stunned. The Galactic Empire had ruled hundreds of systems for centuries. To them, Earth was a minor world, a primitive place, a planet whose strongest achievements were seen as childish attempts at progress. Yet what they failed to understand was that humanity held a spirit unlike any other. They expected fear. Instead, the message sparked a fire dot in the halls of the United Earth Assembly. Officials gathered in a room that vibrated with tension. Leaders from every region argued about diplomacy, about resistance, and about the overwhelming might of the empire. Only one group remained silent. The military commanders sat unmoving, their faces unreadable as they listened. Among them stood Commander Raynor, a man known for his calm voice and steady judgment. He observed the chaos and weighed the threat with a level mind. Raynor understood the stakes. Humanity had never faced a power so vast. Their fleets were advanced but limited. Their technology was growing, but still behind the cosmic giants. Yet he also believed in the capability of humans to adapt under pressure. When the shouting reached its peak, Raynor raised his hand. His voice cut through the noise. If we kneel today, we will kneel forever. If we resist, we show them the humans do not break. The room fell silent. Everyone listened. Humanity has survived storms, survived wars, survived everything the universe has thrown at us. We will survive this. We will not kneel. The decision was made. Earth prepared for war. The Galactic Empire did not wait. Their fleets descended with mechanical precision, blotting out stars with the mass of their armadas. Each warship was a fortress. Their commanders believed it would take one strike to force Earth into compliance. The first assault began with orbital fire meant to intimidate rather than destroy. But the Empire soon learned that intimidation did not work on humans. Earth's defensive batteries roared to life. Missiles streaked across the sky. Railguns thundered from hidden fortresses. The Empire expected immediate collapse, but instead faced a resistance that fought with fierce determination. Human pilots took to the void in fighters that were outdated by alien standards, but flown with unmatched skill. Every battle was fought with grit. Every inch gained by the Empire cost more than they predicted. In orbit above Mars, a major battle unfolded. Raynor commanded the joint fleet from the bridge of the flagship Valor. His crew worked with relentless focus. Enemy cruisers fired beams that carved glowing lines across the void. Human ships dodged with desperate maneuvers. One destroyer after another took damage, yet no ship retreated. Raynor issued orders with calm precision. Hold the line. Push forward. Strike when they overextend. The Empire underestimated how unpredictable human tactics could be. In one risky maneuver, Raynor ordered his ships to drop into the gravity well of Mars, to slingshot around the planet. The enemy fleet pursued, thinking they had cornered the humans. Instead, human ships burst from the shadow of the planet and launched a coordinated strike that crippled the enemy flagship. The victory was small compared to the Empire's overwhelming power, but it sent waves of shock through their ranks. Reports of human defiance spread across the galaxy. Other worlds whispered. The Empire grew irritated. They responded with brutality. A massive imperial fortress world named Arcrian became the center of their war effort. It was a planet dedicated to producing weapons, ships, and soldiers. It was also known for treating conquered worlds with merciless efficiency. When Imperial High Command ordered a full-scale push to finally crush Earth, they believed this would be the last phase of conflict. What they did not know was that humanity had prepared a counterstrike that would become legend. Human scientists had developed a device codenamed Ember Lance. It was not meant for planetary destruction, but for overwhelming energy disruption. Properly delivered, it could overload an entire defensive grid and shut down manufacturing systems for months. Raynor saw it as the one chance to tip the war. He gathered the best pilots and commanders for a daring assault on Arcrian. Among those chosen was a young pilot named Dane. He had never commanded a fleet before, but had proven himself through sheer courage. Raynor saw potential in him. Dane understood the risks. He boarded his ship without hesitation. The plan was straightforward but deadly. Human ships would force a breach in Arcrian's perimeter. Dane would deliver Ember Lance into the planetary control nexus. Timing had to be perfect. Failure meant death. The assault began with a barrage of missiles from the human fleet. Imperial defenders scrambled to respond. Explosions lit the sky above Arcrian as ships clashed. Dane flew through the storm with unwavering focus. His ship shook as enemy fighters fired on him. He dodged through debris fields and plasma fire. He moved with instinct more than training. Raynor watched from the command deck. He knew this mission would change everything. He issued orders to keep pressure on the enemy. Shields failing. Hull breaches. Engines overheating. Yet no one faltered. The human fleet fought with a unity born of desperation and hope. Dane reached the atmosphere. Turrets targeted him. He weaved through beams that scorched the air. His ship burned but kept flying. He aimed for the control nexus, a massive tower rising from the heart of the planet. With a steady hand, he activated Ember Lance and released it. The device flew straight into its target. A flash brighter than sunlight erupted. Arcrian's entire grid collapsed. Factories shut down. Power failed. Defense shields flickered out. Imperial commanders panicked. Raynor saw the moment and seized it. All ships full advance. They pushed into the weakening enemy lines. The Empire scrambled to regroup, but too late. The destruction of Arcrian's systems sent shockwaves through their vast supply chains. The Empire's authority had been struck at its core. The war shifted. Humanity launched campaign after campaign, targeting the Empire's primary worlds. They struck fast. They struck smart. They struck with a resolve that left alien generals stunned. Whenever the Empire advanced, humans countered. Whenever the Empire demanded surrender, humans responded with fire. One by one, Imperial strongholds fell. Some were taken through fierce combat. Others collapsed simply because their leaders refused to fight an enemy who fought with such relentless will. Stories spread of humans who held ground against impossible odds. Stories spread of fleets that refused to break. Fear grew within the Empire. Raynor and his commanders studied every Imperial weakness. They learned the patterns of their enemy. They exploited their arrogance. When Imperial leaders demanded Earth kneel, humanity answered by burning the Empire's pride world, a planet used as a symbol of their dominance. Ember Lance technology evolved, becoming precise and devastating. Human fleets launched a coordinated strike that shattered the Empire's core command. The Empire reeled. For the first time in its long history, the Galactic Empire faced collapse. Diplomatic envoys from dozens of oppressed worlds reached out to Earth. They pleaded for cooperation. Some begged for help. Others offered alliances. Humanity responded not with conquest, but with unity. Raynor insisted that the war was not fought for domination, but for survival. Earth would help worlds stand on their own. Earth would not repeat the Empire's mistakes. In the final confrontation, the human fleet and the shattered remnants of the Empire met near an ancient star. The enemy fielded their last massive dreadnought. It was a Titan bristling with weapons. Raynor stood on the bridge of the Valor and addressed his crew. Today we end this. Today we show them what humans can achieve. The battle raged with ferocity. Energy beams cut through space. Missiles streaked across the void. Ships vanished in fiery bursts. Raynor's fleet took heavy damage, but refused to withdraw. Slowly, with grinding determination, they pushed through the dreadnought's defenses. When the Empire's final ship fell silent, a wave of emotion washed through the fleet. Humanity had done the impossible. The Empire was defeated. Raynor sent a final message to all systems that had suffered under Imperial rule. The message was simple. Earth will stand with you. Earth will rebuild alongside you. You are free. Across the galaxy, cheers rose. Humans returned home to a world changed forever. Buildings rebuilt. Families reunited. Memorials honored those who had fallen. Yet Earth stood stronger than it had ever been. The Empire had ordered Earth to kneel. Humanity answered by rising. In the years that followed, humans became known not as conquerors, but as defenders of freedom. Their reputation spread across stars and systems. Their determination became a legend. The Galactic Empire had thought humans weak. Instead, they discovered a truth that resounded through every world. Humans do not bow. Humans do not break. Humans burn their enemies' threats and rise from the ashes, stronger than before. And so the galaxy learned to respect the planet that refused to kneel. Earth lit the night sky with its spirit. Humanity walked among the stars with courage that no empire could ever extinguish. A message that once demanded their